Hello and welcome to building our understanding of diabetes using Minecraft. In this session we will explore the human body to learn more about diabetes. This session is brought to you by the University of the West of England and the Science Communication Unit, the Royal Society of Chemistry, Science Hunters, the University of Hull, the University of Aberdeen and the University of Lancaster. First off, let's learn what diabetes is. Diabetes is a disease that occurs when you have too much glucose, which is a sugar, in your blood. Glucose is our main source of energy, and it comes from the food we eat. We want this glucose to go into our cells so we can use it for energy, but if it stays in our blood, we can't use it for energy and it leads to health problems. There are two types of diabetes. Type 1 is where your body cannot produce the hormone insulin. It's most commonly diagnosed in children. Type 2 is where your body stops being able to produce or use insulin well. It occurs in people who are older. Today we are going to be talking about type 1. Let's learn more about this hormone insulin. So what is insulin? Insulin is a hormone, a chemical that helps your body to do something that is made in an organ of the body called the pancreas. Insulin transports glucose from your blood into your cells so that you can use it for energy. If you don't produce insulin, glucose stays in your blood, which is bad for you. In the image at the top, you can see a molecule of insulin built in Minecraft. Molecules are groups of things called atoms. Molecules are the smallest unit of a substance that still has all the properties of that substance. For example, a glucose molecule, like the one in the picture at the bottom, is the smallest bit of glucose you can get. If you broke it up any smaller, it would stop being glucose and would just be lots of atoms. Insulin is made in an organ of the body called the pancreas. In a body that does not have diabetes, the pancreas is an organ that controls the body's blood sugar levels. It does this by producing the hormone insulin. It has special cells and their job is to make the hormone insulin. In the images in the middle, you can see some things called islets of Langerhans. These are areas inside the pancreas where the special cells that make insulin are found. When you have type 1 diabetes, your body attacks the cells in your pancreas where insulin is made, so they can't make insulin. This means the amount of glucose in your blood is really high because there's no insulin to carry it into your cells where it's needed to make energy. So what happens to your body when you have diabetes? Having too much glucose in your blood can cause certain symptoms in the body. People with type 1 diabetes need to wee a lot as their body tries to get rid of the excess glucose through their wee. You also get thirsty as you're losing water by weeing a lot. You also get very hungry as you aren't getting enough energy from glucose because it can't get into your cells and this makes you want to eat more. You can often feel tired because you don't have a lot of energy, and you can also lose weight because your cells can't get the energy they need from glucose and have to use fat instead, which is not ideal. Thankfully, diabetes can be treated. People who have type 1 diabetes monitor the amount of sugar that is in their blood. Remember, they don't produce insulin to control the amount of sugar, so it can get to high levels very easily. They monitor their sugar levels using a blood glucose monitoring kit, as shown in the picture. They also inject insulin into their body. The more sugar in their blood, the more insulin they have to inject, and they have to do this every day. When they get insulin into their body, it transports glucose into the cells where it's needed, and the amount in the blood goes down. Now we're going to look at how insulin controls blood glucose levels in a body that does not have diabetes. We start our journey in the digestive system. When we eat food, our stomach breaks it down into all its different parts: carbohydrates, fats, sugars. Most foods contain sugars or glucose. When this broken up food from our stomach reaches our small intestines, the glucose is taken out of here and goes into our bloodstream. In the pictures on the screen, you can see the stomach, which is the one on the top, which contains glass blocks, which is the bile of the stomach that breaks down food, and big green blocks, which represents the food that's in our stomach. From there, in the picture at the bottom, you can see the small intestines as built in Minecraft. So, this glucose in our digestive system has been absorbed and is now inside the blood vessels. When glucose goes into our blood, our pancreas detects that it's there and sends insulin to pick it up and transport it to the cells where it's needed to make energy. If your pancreas doesn't work properly, like in someone with type 1 diabetes, it won't detect that there's any glucose in your blood and won't send any insulin to pick it up because it can't make it. The picture on the right shows the inside of our blood vessel built in Minecraft. The white blocks are white blood cells, the red blocks are red blood cells, the blue glass blocks are glucose, and the glow, the speckled blocks, are insulin. Insulin takes the glucose from our blood to cells in our body, and the amount of glucose in our blood goes down. Remember the islets of Langerhans in the pancreas from earlier? This image on the left is a cell from one of those islets of Langerhans. This cell makes insulin. In the picture you can see the cell has produced the hormone insulin and is sending it to the blood to pick up glucose. In the picture in the middle, you can see inside this cell. If you look closely, you can see the insulin blocks wrapped in a red glass block. This is showing something called a vesicle, which packages insulin up and sends it out of the cell on its mission to collect glucose. In the picture on the right, you can see inside a cell where glucose has been deposited. Insulin acts like a key on the outside of these cells and lets glucose inside, where it's used to make energy or is stored for when we need energy later. Glucose gets used and stored in our muscle, liver and fat cells. Now it's over to you. And here is a Minecraft building challenge that you might like to try at home. Firstly, you can watch our Minecraft video and use it as inspiration for your own Minecraft creations. As well as this, or instead of, you can make your own creation. Maybe you would like to build the pancreas yourself in Minecraft. Your creation can be very simple, like the one shown in the picture in the middle. You can also get creative. You don't have to use Minecraft. You can draw using simple pen and paper, or you can try building one using Lego, like the picture on the left, which has been supplied by our friend at Hamster Productions. Thank you so much for following along with our diabetes session. We hope you enjoyed it and learnt a lot. If you like this presentation, you can also watch our diabetes Minecraft video, which takes you on a journey through the human body, visiting all the organs and cells we have talked about in this presentation. It would mean a lot to us if you could answer some of the questions we've made that go along with this session. The link has been provided and you can see it on the screen now. It's also in the description box below. Thank you.